There we go. Now we have audio. We do have audio because for whatever reason it remembered for some stupid reason it remembered. Yeah, it was first stream back, man. First stream back, and it takes a header. The woman in the woods has possessed your microphone. No, the woman in the woods is just being a bitch right now. I tell you what. All right, let's pull up some pretzel rocks and let's start again, shall we? That was nuts. That was nuts. All right. So where I was leaving off was I think what I said was that it was the crappy production value, and that was when literally everything just froze on my screen. It was like the stream just came to a crashing halt. And I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm not sure what that was all about, but I'm like, okay, cool. And anyway, so what had happened was that we gave up on the show after season 1, episode 1. They were going after the Goat Man, and because we also noticed too that in every show they always have a personal history with whatever beastie they're going up against, right? But that wasn't the part that was absolutely redonkulous. What was really redonkulous was that at one point they're hunting this goat monster, this Goat Man monster. They get to this barn, and at one point they go, Buck, you're bleeding, man. And then they realize, well, that's not my blood. And then you see this carcass of a goat. Drop, right? But right after the carcass of the goat drops, yes, carcass. You see a carcass of a goat drop. And immediately after it, you see the rope that it was put on. When they hauled it up, it was a dead goat, but it was still of course, when the camera connects to the goat, there's no rope on it, but you clearly see the rope. And I remember this was after I had met the mountain monsters, or I saw the mountain monsters live, and I was like, what fuckery is this? And then this is where the stage combatant and weapons master, if you will, well, not a weapons master, and someone who has dealt with stage weapons realize something about the mountain monsters. If you watch, let's just even say the first three episodes of the Mountain Monster season 1, you'll notice everybody that the cameraman is shooting the mountain monsters, right? And they are swinging the guns. They're swinging their shotguns and their rifles, their high-powered rifles and their shotguns directly across the camera. Now, they never shoot their guns at any point, because I am convinced that they are not loaded. Because you would not hand, the way these guys are swinging their guns, you would not hand any one of these gentlemen a loaded weapon. It's just not happening. It is not happening. And when you have a loaded gun, you really shouldn't be swinging it in front of a camera. But those gentlemen, no, there is no reason that they should have loaded weapons. And I as I was talking to Michael about this, I was like, and I didn't get a chance to tell him any of the stories about the mountain monsters, the mountain monster hunters, but I did say, yeah, cryptids is where I draw the line. In the words, in the words of Phil Rossi, when after we were talking about the mountain monsters on our stream heading back to Virginia, and Phil said, yeah. Oh, whoa. Thank you for pointing that out. I did say yeah. The mountain monster hunters set me back about 5 years in getting you to believe in cryptids, and I'm like, yep, more like 15. But that show, I recommend you watch all of Danny's video because it's hysterical, but it only really centers around that particular episode. Now, I don't know when the Woman of the Woods subplot with the X-Files style conspiracy shadow group, I don't know when that became a thing. I honestly do not know when that became a thing. But sweet crap on a cracker, that was some ridiculous stuff. Okay. So that was how I met Michael. The white cat is Sebastian. Yes, the white cat is Sebastian. So I met Michael, and then let's see. Then there was the event itself, and the Kitchen Royale thing was an absolute stitch. It was great. It was absolutely spot on. And then Steve had some other things to do, so I went on ahead and I was doing a good amount of some more last minute networking and things like that, as was Steve. And then Steve had another panel that he had to do, and it was really it was a really good panel. Steve did a panel on tags. So I'm trying to redo my tags, and I realized that one of the things that I'm going to have to spend some time on is tinkering with my tags so that I can get people to not only see what I'm doing and take a look at this channel, but make it easier for me. Yeah. Exactly, Road. Exactly. It's Mountain Monsters is something of a train wreck. It just is. It's just a train wreck. Has GamerCat met the babies? Yes. In fact, yes. Boop. All of the cats have met Evie and have met the babies. Sebastian is fascinated by them. Viola is, as long as they stay out of her way, she's fine. And hey. Boop. And this guy, he just wants to make sure he's still GamerCat. And we're just reassuring all of our cats. We love them either way. They're fine. Nobody's being replaced. Nobody is being replaced, right? I don't know why Benedict is so terrified of this, but it's okay. It's okay. He's a good boy. If anything, I need to get him his meds tonight. So anyway, so Steve did a really, really good panel about tags. So I got to start playing around with tags more. I took all kinds of notes on tags, on things I should and shouldn't have to be afraid of when I'm using my tags. And then immediately after that, we went over to our panel. And that brings me to the next picture in this particular carousel. So everybody, this is BBXH. D. She is a Washington DC streamer. And she is just awesome. She is absolutely awesome. And she streams Sea of Thieves. She's been playing a lot of, I believe it's called Paella. It's one of those cozy Animal Crossing style games. And the thing about let me just see here for a second. I just want to make sure I get this right.
And it should.
Oh, that one. That was a good one. Does the new mic work? Oh, that's how the new mic works. Okay. Let's see. Twitch.tv / just BBXH. Okay. So anyway, So there you go. BBXH. Yep. But D, not only did D and her husband Josh, who also streams, not only did the two of them come to see me at the very beginning, but Josh went off and because they put our panel up against closing ceremonies. Josh went off to do some more streaming and some more filming. D actually stuck around for the entire panel. And it's one thing to say you're going to go see someone do a panel on something, or it's one thing to say, hey, I'll be there for your panel, yada, yada, yada. But my thought about it too is, yeah, but when you actually commit to it, when you actually show up, and you know, that says a lot about your character. And so I'm a big fan of D's. D's been great. What's the scariest cryptid you know, Twitch Dad? There is no cryptid. I'm not. If I put in a belief onto any cryptid, the only one that I would even remotely put one on, or put a belief in, would be Nessie. But even Nessie, I've actually written about Nessie. But I just don't buy into the cryptid. I do not buy into cryptids at all. That is not my jam. I don't buy it. Even Nessie, Nessie makes me smile. Nessie makes me smile. But as far as cryptids go, there is, while believable, it's a hard sell for me. It's a hard sell for me. Cryptids in general. Even Mothman. I know people are swearing by Mothman, and I'm just like, nah. Because, I mean, when you think about all the people who are hunters, who have night vision and all this technology, and you're telling me that none of these cryptids have ever been caught on camera? None of these cryptids have ever been bagged and tagged? I could see there being some kind of serpent-like relic of the dinosaur age living in a deep lake. You know, maybe, but it's got, but for it to sustain itself, it's got to reproduce. If you believe in the nope deer, you should know to not write its name. It can summon it. Yeah. So, you know, and that's the thing. That's the thing about the. And you're right. And you know what? That's the thing. When people say, well, why don't you believe in cryptids? You know, people are discovering stuff all the time in the ocean. Yeah, it's because it's miles deep. And we just got technology that can actually go down there. And, you know, so you know, there is such thing as undiscovered country. But you can't really make that argument here with cryptids. Anyway. So in this particular panel, just so you know what it was, this particular panel was about non-gaming content. Steve talked about, you know, his morning talk show, if you will. Chelsea talked about her irreverent humor and also kind of talk show, you know, everything from tech builds to otherwise. Christy Schuyler talked about ASMR because that is something she does and does very well. And then there's me, and I talk about paranormal investigations. And we had such a great time, and I think if you were to ask me what was the best question that we got on the panel from Deer, who also, she plays horror games, but she also does makeup, so you can see the transformation into Deer. No, you're not getting annoying at all. You're not getting annoying at all, Jester. You got questions? I'm hoping I'm going to get answers. I'm just trying to keep up. I'm just trying to keep up. But as far as the creepiest place we have been, oof. There's a difference between creepy and scary. And I will say that the creepiest place that I think we've ever been, the creepiest place we've ever been, is a place called Crescent SCI. And I could have streamed the entire 12 hours because we had great Wi-Fi for that. The problem was I didn't have enough batteries to get us through the night. So I only streamed about 5 hours of it. And it's quite all right, Jester. It's quite all right. Now, the scariest place I've been is actually on the back of my hockey jersey. Scariest place I've ever been is a place called is the crash site of TWA Flight 514. And in particular, it was at night. And that place was terrifying to me. It felt like there was something there that didn't want us there. And it just felt wrong on a lot of levels. And we were there for 15 minutes. I thought we had been out there for 45. So creepiest place would be Crescent. Scariest place would be the TWA 514. And here's so the next paranormal stream, Jester, is Thursday starting at 7. And if you want to know like how it felt wrong, I'm gonna recommend you go here. Okay, go here. That'll take you to the YouTube channel, and look under investigations. Look under full episodes, and you should find we have 2 TWA episodes. We have the one that's the director's cut from Halloween last year, and then there's the one that we did that we released. It's like our 3rd episode. I believe it's our 3rd episode. That if it isn't our 3rd episode, it's our 2nd. But take a look there, and you can see it. You can actually see what I meant by and basically what happened while we were out there. So yeah, this was and there's of course, we saw Ash. There's me with Poosh and Kat. And I almost forgot about this. This is kind of a cool thing. So basically, I was at this event. I was at this particular event, the speakeasy, and I'm chatting with this girl Sam. We are just absolutely what? No, I don't think I wanted you to hold on to that thought. If it was a thought, I've totally blanked on what it was because we lost the stream. And I'm chatting away with this girl about the paranormal, actually. Oh, the Conjuring House. There you go. Good memory. But I'm chatting with this lovely individual. I find out nearly an hour later, this was Smexy. And I was kind of stunned by it, and I was like, oh, okay, Smexy. And yeah. She's delightful. I'm really hoping I can take her on a paranormal investigation as well. I invited a lot of people to paranormal investigations. A lot of people. And she was a delight to meet. She was an absolute delight to meet today. Or sorry, at TwitchCon this year. But as far as that, yeah, the Conjuring House is kind of on our list. It's one of the soft spots that I'm not 100% like driven to be there, but it was there are other places that are on my list. There are some other places on my list. The Conjuring House, though, the reason it's a soft location, like it's not like one of the priority locations, the Warrens are involved. Anything that's got the Warrens stank on it, I'm not buying. I'm not buying into it. Now, granted, when I was at on the panel on TwitchCon, Zach Baggins did sneak into the conversation, and I just made it very clear: I don't Baggins an investigation. That is not what I do. That is not what I do. Zach Baggins is a fantastic paranormal, and I did say this: Zach Baggins is a fantastic paranormal entertainer. He is a fantastic paranormal entertainer. When it comes to being a good paranormal investigator, I have thoughts. And as far as the Conjuring House goes, it's a complicated space. It's a very complicated space. It's similar to TWA 514. And I don't think that the Warrens did anybody any favors. The more you find out about the Warrens' involvement with the Conjuring House, it also sums up a lot of crap from the Amityville Horror, which was also it's not the grand it's not necessarily a great moment for the Warrens. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. And speaking of leaving it at that, I want to see who's on because right now I'm starting to fade, and I think it's time that I tapped out and went to bed. I've had a great time here, hanging with you all, enjoying your company. It's been a good time, but I think it's time for me to call it a night. So I'm just gonna run down the list, see who's here, and send you somewhere. So this is somebody. Let me just see. What do we got here? Oh yeah. You know what? I met Nicotine this week, and I really enjoyed their company. So let's go on ahead and let's raid Nicotine. It's a small raid, but you know what? We're just we'll keep it simple. Keep it simple. First night back. Well, if I don't see it, if I don't see you Sunday, like I said, live paranormal investigation on Thursday. You'll see me then. You can find my schedule. You can find everything about me on my Twitch page. Twitch.tv/TheTeamMonster. You can also find me on all my socials. If I'm not The Team Monster, it's Team Monster. But the best place is to find me Instagram, if they let me post and comment, and of course here. And then you've got my Discord. So there's all kinds of options that you got. Anyway, thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. Sorry about the weird hiccup with the stream, but this is a good time. I tell you what, you can either drop that favor as a whisper because, like I said, powering down, got to go to bed. All right, everybody, have a great night, and I will see you all Thursday live from the Candy Factory. Peace.
Pick it up on Steam now. Do you have a command? Is yours !endless?
I do, yeah. !endless in my chat will do that.
Same. So yeah, do that in one of our chats. Click that little link. I heard you get a bigger dumpy when you do.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's pretty hot.
Yeah, I heard that too. I'm pretty sure it's true. No one's ever lied like that on the internet, so.
That's not once. Never read a lie.
Our generator's under
Are they
attack.
going after a generator? No.
Got him. Thank you so much, Team Monster, for the raid. Can I get a little shout out for Team Monster?
boy,
Please,
oh
it's so
boy.
sweet of you. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Nicotine. Hop on in. I'm playing a game with a friend of mine, Sam. Oh, my character needs to find more important documents so she can ignore them.
Oh, there's a sniper beam in this room.
Sniper, no sniping.
It's back here. Little thing to pick up too. Retchia.
Ooh, hello.